What's up everybody, you're watching Boxing Legacies and we're back with another video, and today I want to talk about the fact that Deontay Wilder is currently refusing everything. I just don't understand it. He's refusing every single thing that's offered to him, offered to him on a plate, in fact. First off, there's the constant refusal of any deal whatsoever to fight the unified heavyweight champion of the world, Anthony Joshua. I mean, there is no way in my mind that he can keep refusing these offers and keep point blank, saying no to these things without everybody accusing him of ducking and doing everything that he's being accused of right now. I mean, he's just, to not want to fight Anthony Joshua for whatever reason is just ridiculous. One face, one name, one champion, fighting for my legacy, Mr. Wilder, who doesn't want to fight unless the money's right. I mean, what's he afraid of? That it's actually going to be a retirement fight? Because if he loses to Anthony Joshua and say he gets a rematch and he loses the rematch, where does he go from there? That's probably why he's fighting Dominic Breazeale. It's no offense to Dominic Breazeale, but it's the easier fight, for sure. It is the easier option. There's no other way to say it. I would have preferred to see Deontay Wilder fight somebody like Povetkin. Somebody who's actually going to give him a bit of bother. I'm not saying Breazeale won't. I'm hoping he does. I'm hoping he does a number on him for his own personal reasons. Some of the stuff that Deontay Wilder comes out in the press and says, I just think his mouth works before his brain. It's almost like the wire that connects what he thinks to his mouth and what he says doesn't work. So that's my thoughts on that. I just don't see how he can keep refusing these kind of offers and keep getting away with it. He was then offered a hefty lump of cash from DAZN to appear on their streaming service. Some say it was a 3-fight deal, some say it was a 2-fight deal, some say it was a 4-fight deal. I've heard from more people than not that it was a 3-fight deal, totaling up to or upwards of $100 million. And Mr. Free Agent, Mr. I'm a free agent, I am now out of prison, out of Showtime prison, refuses that offer because he wants to know what Anthony Joshua is getting before he makes a decision. How ridiculous is that? Possibly in with that offer was a possible fight with maybe Wladimir Klitschko towards the end of the year. He is now refusing that fight also. He is now refusing to fight Wladimir Klitschko until Wladimir Klitschko comes back and possibly proves himself a bit more. What else is there to prove? He loses his belts, admittedly, in a very boring fight. It was a clash of styles, and he wasn't really firing on all cylinders. He comes back after a 2-year layoff, fights Anthony Joshua, which in my opinion was one of the best heavyweight fights in the last 10 years. And he almost won. That's the thing. He almost won with a 2-year layoff. So he's Mr. Steelhammer still hits like a hammer. He's had another almost 2 years off. Some say to come back and have a title shot against Wilder is not really fair, especially when you've got lots of Dillian White who are itching for that shot. But I think Wilder's scared of that fight as well. He's scared of Anthony Joshua. He's scared of Dillian White. That's why Dominic Breazeale has suddenly got the mandatory challenge. And he's scared of fighting Wladimir Klitschko. And don't forget, they did spar regularly, years back. I think it was when Klitschko was lining up to fight Pulev. And they were fighting together, sparring together. And rumour is Klitschko had the better of most of the meetings, dropping him on a few occasions. So maybe Klitschko's got it in the back of his mind, I've never had the WBC belt. I think I could take it from him. maybe that's the reasons for his comeback. You know, if he comes back and takes the belt from Wilder, he will be in a much better position for a Joshua rematch. You know, imagine that. 2 to 3 years after their first fight, rematch for Undisputed. Now that would be a pay-per-view sellout for sure. Millions and millions and millions will be purchased for that fight. You know, but it just goes to show that the paper WBC champion, Deontay Wilder, is just he's coasting along on this cherry-picked conveyor belt of journeymen and plumbers and carpenters and semi-professionals, and he's knocking all these guys out and things like this. But when it comes to the real challenge, when it comes to proving what his gob says, he hasn't got the minerals. You know, he hasn't got the stones to step up and say, okay, then I will fight Anthony Joshua, and I will do it for 30% or 40%, whatever he was offered. You know, sort out the split at a later date. I will take the fight. But no, he doesn't do that. He has never done that. The only time he's come even close to doing anything remotely like that was when he was ordered to fight Ortiz. And Ortiz nearly beat him. But the thing about Ortiz during that fight is that he was an hour before they were scheduled for the ring walk. The doctor was refusing Ortiz fight under medical grounds. You know, and it's just, I'm just not understanding Deontay Wilder right now. Anyway, guys, let me know in the comments below. Do you think Deontay Wilder is dodging everything right now? And would you like to see him fight Klitschko later in the year? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe and like this video. And I'll see you next time.